Hello, welcome back to A Transformed Life with Tiffany Capello. Now, I used to think that all anxiety was generated in the mind. Okay, well, it is. But I used to think all anxiety was generated by negative thinking. In other words, I believed that there must be a negative thought involved in order for there to be anxiety. Over the years, I have learned that was entirely wrong. Okay. Anxiety can be first experienced in the body. So, do you ever notice sometimes when you get anxiety, you're clearly thinking a negative thought? You might be ruminating on something you said last week and you're worried, oh my God, should I have said that? You're worried about the future, what's going to happen if, and you're creating all sorts of scenarios in your mind. So, yes, our thinking is huge when it comes to anxiety. But have you ever noticed that sometimes you'll just get this visceral feeling of anxiety in your body? Suddenly, you'll just feel tension and stress, and you'll stop if you recognize it. And I hope you do. But you'll stop and you'll say, all right, what's going on? Why am I feeling nervous right now? I don't know. Now, of course, obviously, I work with the subconscious mind. So, of course, something's going on subconsciously. And that can be what gets us into trouble because we're not always aware. Of course, I do hypnosis to help people find the subconscious roots of thought patterns and behaviors, but you can't just always call up somebody and get hypnosis. Sometimes you're getting that visceral response in the body and you don't know why. Your brain has decided you're in danger. It's sending those danger signals and they're manifesting in your body as chest tightness, as jitteriness, as shakiness, or just that overall feeling of angst. Sometimes it can be even overwhelming, like that feeling of doom. And you think, what's going on? What was I thinking? Okay. So, what happens when that happens is that you are being triggered by something. Maybe it's something in your environment. Maybe it's something someone said. Maybe it's a smell that you smelled at another stressful time in your life. I had a client who had a terrible panic reaction to a cologne that was worn by someone that assaulted her years earlier, and she didn't recognize it. She didn't smell the cologne and relate it. She just had that visceral reaction. So know that there is something behind your visceral reactions, but here's the good news. You don't always have to figure it out, okay? If you have a negative thought, oh, I'm sure Betty doesn't like me. Do you ever notice how reframing that helps you? Oh, well, she's probably had a bad day. And then you can call Betty up and say, hey, seemed a little irritated with me. And she said, oh, no, my boss put extra work on me. And then you go, oh, okay. So you can do that. But when you have that visceral fear response, you don't always know what to do, but there is something you could do. Because that fear is manifesting somatically in the body, you can respond with a body based approach. Okay. Now, most people don't believe they have any power to calm their own body because they fear that biological, physiological activation. Their heart begins to pound, their chest. They begin to fear these symptoms. And when you fear that feeling, that visceral feeling of nervousness and anxiety in the body, you are sending another message to your brain that the brain says you're in danger, sends symptoms. You now fear those symptoms. And now you believe, oh my God, the symptoms mean something's wrong. And your brain goes, something's wrong? Okay, I better give Tiffany more cortisol. Okay, then Tiffany gets more cortisol. And what happens? More symptoms. So the key to, to solving that visceral response is to calm your body. First of all, that's self awareness, acknowledging how you're feeling. What we try to do is we try to push it away. Oh my God, I can't feel this way right now. Instead of just accepting it and acknowledging it. When we accept the visceral feeling of anxiety, we're sending a message of safety. It's okay. I can handle this. I can take it. It's just a feeling. It's just a sensation in my body. I'm going to be okay. And we just loosen and relax the body. Now, I like to imagine there are many ways for you to calm your nervous system in this moment. Check out my video on havening process, a beautiful way to comfort and soothe your anxious body. Also, the core state technique, another huge way to lower your own cortisol. You can actually train yourself to lower your own cortisol. And they've done research at Stanford proving that it works. Okay. But there are other techniques you can use, and it's good to sort of have a tool basket of self-soothing, calming, nurturing somatic practices that you can bring safety to your body at a time when your body is responding. Even if you can't come up with those negative thoughts, okay, you can't reframe a thought if you can't find it, okay? But you can still bring peace to your body by sending that message of safety. So I'm going to show you one of the most wonderful and fast ways to bring safety to your body. And this is called the parasympathetic squeeze hug, okay? It's called other names too, but that's the one I like. And it's very simple. So have you ever had anyone give you a massage and then you've had them just squeeze? I don't know about you, but that feels so good to me when I'm getting a massage and someone does that. And this is really simply the process. And I want you to just try that. You're not digging your nails in. You got an open palm and you're just squeezing. Now, what this is doing is stimulating proprioception. It's stimulating your parasympathetic, okay? This is a proven technique used by body workers. And this is stimulating your parasympathetic. It's sending that message of safety. Now, you could do your legs, you could do your shoulders, other parts of your body, but I find the arms are just easy. You can always access your arms and squeeze, and you're going to feel this just instant calming settling over you. Feels so good. If you haven't tried it, go ahead and try it. Now, another wonderful message to bring safety to the body when you can feel that tension building is what I call the spinal melt. This is the one I probably use the most. I've gotten really good at it. Now, when you first do these techniques, you might not feel a lot of relief. You need to practice them not when you're in that state of angst. Practice them on normal everyday events, okay? Make it a part of your routine so that when you need it, your body's used to recognizing these messages of safety and you'll be able to calm down so fast. So let me tell you about this second technique called the spinal melt. So for this technique, I want you to do it with me. I want you to just close your eyes and I want you to visualize your spine, your skeleton inside your body. I want you to visualize that. You can visualize your skull, your spine going down from your cervical through your thoracic. You can feel the bones of your arms attached, your hip bones all the way down. And then I want you to think about just how strong and sturdy this skeleton is. This skeleton holds you up. This skeleton gives you strength and stability. If you didn't have it, you would just flop like a wet noodle to the side, okay? So meditating on the strength of that skeleton, I want you to imagine that there's just a line going down your body, sort of like my hand here. And as it's going down your body slowly, every muscle above that line is just loosening, softening, releasing. The spine is strong and all the muscles attached to the spine and all your muscles attached to the spine. You just don't need to hold you up. Your spine is doing that job for you. You just feel everything softening, melting. It's like your muscles are becoming like liquid silk, just melting. Bones are keeping you upright as that relaxation just moves down your body. softening, releasing, loosening everything in its wake, all the way down your legs to the very tips of your toes. Sometimes taking a deep breath in helps. As you exhale, just loosen and melt even more. And again. And then just loosen and melt. So once again, I encourage you to set a timer or practice this at regular intervals throughout the day. Maybe before you eat, your digestion will be better if you're calm, if you're in parasympathetic, rest and digest. Okay? Then once you've gotten this down to where you'll find that you have the ability to literally just relax your muscles anytime you choose. You're training in a mind-body connection. You're training your body to respond to your mind so that you don't have to be hijacked by these visceral responses. Okay. And of course, if you get in actual real danger, your body's going to respond no matter what. You don't have to worry that you're going to train that out. So I encourage you to practice these. Start really being cognizant of these subtle little tightenings. Okay. And it's not about you fearing your body and its symptoms. It's not about you scanning, going, oh no, there it is, the symptom of anxiety. Okay. That's sending a message of danger. It's about you gently looking over yourself, just like you would a tiny baby that needed your care, a small child. Treat yourself in a loving manner. Scan to find areas to soften. Don't scan your body looking for symptoms to fear. Okay? You can do it. You can learn to relax all your muscles, to relax your system, to transform your subconscious thoughts. If you need help with that, I'm always here to help you. Until next time, enjoy your day.